The Little Night Train and the Lost Dreams. Once upon a time, in a faraway world, there lived a small, curious train named Chukh-Chukh. During the day, he worked hard, carrying passengers from station to station, and in the evening, he set off on magical journeys along unknown routes. Chukh-Chukh loved to speed up and shout at the top of his voice, "Toot, toot!" then listen as his whistle echoed in all directions. One day, the little train set off for an unusual place, the land of dreams. The journey there was long. After finishing his work, Chukh-Chukh left the station and began his difficult trip. The first stop on his way was a dense green forest. He raced farther and farther along the rails, moving away from the noisy city, and soon saw tall trees with wide trunks and spreading branches ahead. He rushed past firs, pines, and birches, and it seemed to him that the trees closed their branches right after he passed by. The night forest was lit only by the stars and looked mysterious and beautiful. Chukh-Chukh heard the leaves rustling, as if the trees were talking to each other. Snatches of their conversation reached him, and he clearly heard them say, "Good night." At last, in the middle of the dark forest, the train saw a station. There stood a small gray bunny with long ears. When Chukh-Chukh stopped, he asked, "What are you doing here so late?" "I can't fall asleep, so I decided to go to the land of dreams to find my dream," said the bunny, rubbing his eyes.
"I'm going there. Hop in. I'll give you a ride," the train replied cheerfully.
The bunny climbed into a carriage and looked out the window. The train rocked along the rails. Chukh-Chukh, Chukh-Chukh. Listening to the rhythm of the wheels, the bunny didn't even notice how he dozed off, leaning against the glass. The next stop on the way to the land of dreams was by a large lake. The train sped on, and from afar saw the water shimmering in the starlight. Chukh-Chukh loved looking at water. His favorite moment in every journey was crossing a bridge over a river or lake. He always looked down and admired his reflection. The lake he saw was truly enormous. The dense forest was reflected in it, and the night water was so calm and still that it seemed like a giant mirror. As he approached the station, the train looked around. No one was there, and he was about to continue, but something told him someone should be here. He was right. Looking towards the shore, he noticed a gray mouse. She was throwing pebbles into the water and looked very sad. The train called out to her, "Hello, little one. Why aren't you asleep?" "I can't fall asleep. My dream has disappeared, and I can't find it. So I just sit here and wait for morning," the mouse answered tiredly. "I know how to help you. Get in. I'm taking a bunny to the land of dreams. He says you can find any dream there. Yours must be there too," suggested Chukh-Chukh. The mouse got into the carriage, and the train moved on. Chuk-chuk, chuk-chuk went the wheels. The mouse looked out the window and also didn't notice when she fell asleep, gently swaying with the motion of the train. The last stop before the land of dreams was a large flower meadow. As soon as Chukh-Chukh passed the lake, colorful flowers began to appear all around. They grew everywhere, along the tracks, near the forest, and it seemed to the train that the stars in the sky had turned into bright yellow flowers. At first, there were only a few flowers, but the farther he went, the more appeared. Red, yellow, blue, flowers of every shade accompanied his journey. At last, he reached a vast meadow. It looked as if someone had spilled all the paints onto the ground, creating a magical carpet stretching to the horizon. The station stood right in the middle of the meadow. Chukh-Chukh approached it, breathing in the floral scent. As soon as the carriage doors opened, he heard a buzzing sound. A small yellow and black bee was waiting at the station. She spoke first.
Hello, where are you heading?
I'm going to the land of dreams, answered Chukh-Chukh. Please take me with you. I've always dreamed of going there, she asked. But isn't it time for you to sleep? The train asked in surprise. It's long past time, but I just can't fall asleep, sighed the bee.
Then hop in. I'll gladly take you.
The bee took the last empty carriage, and the train moved on. She looked out the window for a long time at the flower field drifting by. She remembered how during the day she flew over every flower, gathering pollen. And Chukh-Chukh kept going. Chukh-Chukh, Chukh-Chukh. Soon, the bee fell asleep by the window. The train traveled for a long time until he finally saw a tall red signpost. It read, Land of Dreams. Hooray! I've finally arrived. I need to tell my passengers they've almost found their dreams, he thought happily.
But soon Chukh-Chukh realized that the bunny, the mouse, and the bee were already fast asleep. Don't wake them, dear train, he heard a voice nearby.
Chukh-Chukh looked around and saw a small gray-bearded gnome. Oh, good evening. I didn't know anyone was here. My name is Snulya. I am the dream gnome. I live here and make sure everyone receives their dream on time.
And I am Chukh-Chukh the train. I brought 3 passengers who lost their dreams and wanted to find them here.
As you can see, they've already found their dreams. Right now, each of them is seeing something magical. So, my whole journey through the forest, the lake, and the flower meadow was in vain? Not at all. You helped a lot. Thanks to you, these little creatures were able to fall asleep. As a token of gratitude, I want to give you a special dream. The gnome snapped his fingers, and Chukh-Chukh found himself back home. The passengers were gone, and the magical land of dreams was far away. That night, Chukh-Chukh slept especially sweetly. He dreamed of what he loved most. He raced forward, calling out, "Toot toot!" And the echo answered, "Toot toot toot!" while the wheels went clatter, 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 carrying him farther and farther away. Chukh-Chukh, Chukh-Chukh,